Good morning. I wanted to work through a couple extra problems since you guys requested that yesterday, so you'd have something to work off of today while you were finishing up your balancing equations during your asynchronous time. Let me bring this a little closer. There we go. Turn that light off so it makes it easier to see. All right, so we're going to do number 5 and number 11 for you for sample. We started number 5 in class yesterday, period 1. However, there we go. However, I wrote it down wrong, which is why we kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So let me redo that one for you. Sorry to make any confusion. You've got your problem, number 5. I separated to what's on each side. You've got PB and PB, O and O, H and H, and CL and CL. Those are the elements that you have on either side of your equation. Now we need to write down how many of each we have. So on this side, we have 1 PB. Okay, we have 1. On this side, we have 1 as well. Because there's no subscript, it means we only have 1 atom of each. O's on this side. On this side, we have this little subscript number, which means I have to distribute that 2 to each O, or to the O and to the H. So we have 2 there. On this side, we only have 1 because there's no subscript. H's, we have 2 plus 1 is 3. H's, we have 2 over here. And then CL, we have 1. CL, we have 2. Okay? Because these are not equal, when we break them apart, it means we need to do a little bit of work on it. If you have a problem where those two become equal, as soon as you break them apart, then you have no work to do, and all your numbers would be 1s because they're already balanced. You will see that in some of your problems. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look, PB is 1, so I don't have to work on that one yet. Skip down, O, this one has 2, this one has 1. So that's where I'm going to start. Because this one is higher, I have to add more to this side. Okay, so to go from 2 to 1, I'm going to have to multiply by 2. When I do that, I also have to apply it to my H. Okay, my hydrogen is 2 times 2, which makes that 4. I'm going to change my number to a 4. 2 times 1 changes my oxygen to a 2. Okay, now my oxygens match, but my hydrogens don't, and neither do my chlorine. So I'm going to look up here. I've got hydrogen and chlorine together here, which is great because then I can change that and it'll change both of those answers. I have to go from 3 to 4 and I have to go from 1 to 2. I'm going to put a 2 in front of the HC, changing the H, 2 times 1 is 2. The Cl, 2 times 1 is 2. Chlorine becomes 2. This is a 2 plus the 2 I already had, makes it 4. And now my answer is finished. Okay, if I didn't touch anything, I can put a 1 in front of it. So I have 1, 2, 2, and 1 as my answer. Okay, the only thing that changes with the parentheses is that that subscript gets distributed to each one when you're adding up how many total atoms you have. For number 11, let me come down here. Number 11, first thing I do, I have P and O on this side. I have P and O on that side. I have only 1 because there's no subscript, and I have 2 O's. The little number tells me so. On this side, I have 2 P's and 5 O's. Neither of these are equal, so I have some work to do. Okay, I'm going to start by looking to see which one's larger. This side is larger, so I need to add more to this side. So I've got 2 P's here. I'm going to put a 2 there, turning this into 2. Okay, so now those match. These do not match. I have more O's on this side, so I'm going to have to add more O's on this side. The closest number, lowest common denominator between 2 and 5 is 10. So I need 10 O's. In order to get 10 O's, 5 times 2 is 10. Now I'm going to go to the other side because I have 10 O's on this side and only 5 over here. What times 5 gives me 10 is 2. But I have to multiply it by my P and by my O. I have to distribute it to both. 2 times 2 gives me 4 P's. 2 times 5 gives me 10 O's. Oh, I still am not done. Okay, so I need to turn these 2 into 4. I'm going to get rid of this coefficient because it wasn't correct. And I'm going to add in 4, which changes this to the 4. 4 P's, 10 O's on this side. 4 P's, 10 O's on this side. So my answer is 4, 5, 4, 5, 2. That's what I'll fill in that space. Okay, so work through some of those problems today. If you do have questions on a specific problem, feel free to reach out via email and I'll get back to you. Okay, have a wonderful day and an even better weekend. See you on Tuesday.